Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing ProJect's Jukebox. Now this isn't a new release. I think ProJect have been doing this for probably over a year. It's relatively new to our store and surprisingly good. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to share this with you today in our unboxing video. ProJect's Jukebox is a combination of their mirror amplifiers, which is a digital amplifier, along with their essential turntable and a few other very cool features which I hope you get the opportunity to hang around and see for yourself. Okay, ProJect. All of their turntables are in one of these sort of white boxes. They are sealed with fabric tape of some kind, of paper tape. On one end is information about the model and the cartridge that's fitted. So it's a JukeBox E. It's in red, gloss red, you'll see it, it's lovely. And an OM5E cartridge that is attached. There's a scannable barcode information about the serial number and a manual over the side. Just ProJect branding and then an emulation of what we just saw on the other end. The packaging is surprisingly good for a very cost-effective turntable. And all of their decks are very well packed. I mean, they know how to send these and export these around the world. It's excellent to see. So, simple enough to open. Let's have a look. So the first thing you'll see is their accessory pack. Now this is quite well appointed because there's so much in this product. Firstly, we've got a set of these little cotton gloves, being a gloss finish. They've given us these gloves to ensure that fingerprints and other things like that are minimised during its setup. There's a basic little additional weight, it's a little steel plate that can be added to the tone arm should you be running a relatively light cartridge. There is a protractor and other things to help set up, not only it balances by the way, not only set up the weight, but also help to align the stylus for the purposes of any cartridge changes you might need to do. There's a 45 to 33 adapter, so that's for the larger, older style ring, and an Allen key to just loosen off the nuts and things associated with the counterweight. There's a set of AAA batteries for the turntable's remote control. Yes, you're right, a remote control and a turntable. So we'll jump on that one. Here's the remote. This has the turntable has an amplifier built in. It's designed to attach directly to speakers. So you can use this remote for all manner of its features. Most obvious, changing the volume. But it also allows you to change bass, treble, loudness, and select the inputs that you might require, along with turning the unit on and off. In it, most importantly, is the turntable belt. Because this is kind of part of the essential or elemental range, the motor is external rather than underneath like we might see in the debut range. Finally, we've got an aerial. Now the reason that there's an aerial is that, like the mirror amplifiers, it has a Bluetooth input, and this is really cool. And a full instruction manual, how to set it up, all of those types of things. Read it if you need to. These are so simple to set up that you're welcome to simply follow this instructional video and we'll see how we go. Okay, underneath all that, let's have a look. We've got the felt mat. Now it's taped in place, you can see it there. So a simple nick is enough to get that out. Because I'm going to sort of semi-assemble this turntable, I'm going to take this felt mat out, put it to one side, obviously discarding the bag that it's in. Next layer is a simple piece of cardboard to protect the lid. Okay. Taking that lid out, very straightforward. Worth noting that the cardboard ends should slip off on a wee angle because there's a bracket or hinge on one side. So don't try and tear this, just slip it off like that. And away that packaging goes. Okay. Now the lid itself is protected with one of these cloth bags. Now it's kind of polished quality on the inside and basically rudimentary on the outside, but it ensures that the ProJect lid comes to us completely scratch free. Worth mentioning that it's now got the updated ProJect logo on it. Now the next layer requires just a little bit of a nick to remove the sellotape. Because the platter comes pre-fitted, this piece of cardboard helps stop that platter from moving around, or at least popping up if it might in freight. Okay, let's look again. Now lifting this out is relatively easy. It's not a massively heavy turntable. You'll see a couple of little strips to protect it, and in the middle, at the base, we've got another box taped in place with most likely the power pack for this product. So let's have a look. Yep, sure enough, an external power pack. Now firstly, just get rid of this. It's quite a large sort of laptop sized power pack. This one, it shows a 4 amp output at 24 volts, so this is a big plug pack. But of course the turntable is doing a lot. It's more than just a turntable. There's an amplifier, other things to try and deal with, so both the power supply and a traditional IEC power cord are supplied to ensure the product has more than enough power. Okay. The next step, again because this product is a gloss finish, they have one of those protective bags. Taking this final bit off, you should always be very careful and make sure that at no point it snags on any of the parts that you might have underneath. There are feet, there is obviously the arm, there's all sorts of things that it may potentially snag on. First thing I'm just going to do is remove this. Now this is a plastic covered piece of cardboard that slips directly underneath and stops this from turning in transit, or at least eases it and stops it potentially being damaged. So obviously remove that, you'll hear it sort of settle in nicely. Now looking at this turntable, firstly it's beautiful. I absolutely love it in this finish. We've got the way that the red is offset beautifully with the black, just looks lovely. Adding the felt mat is obviously extremely easy. I'm just going to do that so I feel a bit better about it. It's unnecessary at this point. Looking at it, firstly it alludes to what's going on. It's got a volume control on the front. Now this is a rotary encoder. It's going to then send signals inside to the preamplification stage of its amp. It's got an IR sensor, and it's got a dot matrix display, an illumination to let you know what's going on. The most obvious change is it comes up with volume when you change the volume, but it also comes up with source and helps you with the setup element of Bluetooth and other things along those lines. If you pause for a moment, I'm just going to tip it backwards so that you also see there's a few other things underneath. Unlike many of ProJect's traditional turntables, there are two switches. One is simply to turn on and off the motor for the turntable, and the second is to turn off the amplification. So if you're using this, because it has line-ins and Bluetooth, if you're using this as a stereo amplifier of some kind, you can turn off the platter and stop it from turning, and just use the amplification that's on board. You can see these sort of cutaway panels. This has all been obviously CNC routed out to give them the space for the amplification, and the amplifier actually uses this as a heatsink. You'll see the now pivoting feet. These are straight out of the debut, or it's a nice little trickle down there. It's good to see that they are well designed in that place. Spinning it around, we get to have a little look. Now firstly it's the elemental or essential range, so the arm is their more modest steel one, and the cartridge is the 5E. It's wired in place, and the razor and lower is sitting there. It comes pre-balanced for the cartridge, so there's no need to sort of tinker around with it, and simply remove the protective cover and away you go. It's at the back that things get really obviously different. A traditional turntable may have only one set of outputs. This has numerous binding posts at the back. The first and most obvious that you will see in most turntables is a ground for the purposes of earthing this product to reduce the potential of any hum. What you see beside it is a line output. This gives it the ability to pass out. If you're just using it as a turntable or as a source, you could use it as a Bluetooth receiver if you wanted to. This line out allows you to add it to a larger amplifier if you wish, or take it out to something that you might want to record with, or run it a little bit harder temporarily if you choose. There's the phono output, and this is where the traditional non-line level or turntable output then allows you to put it into an integrated amplifier or something if you choose to keep this for a much longer period of time and expand the rest of your system. There's a line in, and again this is very unusual. This product with its onboard amplifier gives you the ability to select a line input of your choice. It could be as simple as a 3.5mm cable from something else, or whatever you might need allows this amplifier to be selected and utilised by the line in. Beside it is the Bluetooth aerial connection. It's very simple, looks just like that of a Wi-Fi, and that can be fitted with ease, okay, and sits there like that. Beside it is the amplified output, so this is to drive speakers directly, and of course the input for the 24-volt plug pack that you saw. So spinning it around briefly, now look, I'll pause for a moment. It's worth showing you how to best attach the belt. Now it takes a little bit of skill to kind of get it on. I'll be very impressed if I get this first time, and I did. There we go. Getting the belt on is a little bit of an art. Attach it to the motor first. Use your fingers to allow it to hold it in place on one side, and your thumbs to stretch it around the back. That's the best way of attaching it if you're on your own. I think most people though will borrow somebody else, and you'll hold that motor in place, clip it around while somebody else runs it around. That's probably the most practical. Okay, it's starting to look more like a turntable. So I'll attach, I guess, the lid so that we can complete our process. Like any of the unboxing and setup videos that you might have seen, please be careful and ensure that this slides on. Just try and slide it on as level as possible. If it gets out of level, it will jam and you sort of have to take it off and start again. So just be subtle in the way it will go. So there we have it. This fully featured integrated turntable. It's got an amplifier on board, it's got a Bluetooth input on board, it's got a line input, it's got a remote control. This wonderful little product sounds great, it's easy to use. Unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.